Hi, everyone, and welcome to our ISI video channel where we discuss various topics related to international students. As the holidays are fast approaching, international students are making adjustments to their holiday plans due to the continued spread and rising numbers of COVID-19. Today, we'll be talking with Ashley Machado, who's the Associate Director of International Programs at St. Mary's College in California, about the adjustments that international students have been making to continue to stay connected and maintain a sense of holiday cheer. Ashley, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. 2020 has been a rough year for us all, and constant adjustments have been made, especially for international students who, due to travel bans from the pandemic, in addition to visa restrictions or conditions, may have been away from their families now for quite some time. As we head into the holiday season, what trends are you noticing with your students in the way that they're choosing to celebrate and spend their holidays and still remain close to their loved ones?
That's such an important question, Sally. Thank you so much for hosting me today and for all the work that you're doing for international students and international education professionals. I find that many of my students are choosing to stay in the US for the holidays due to quarantine requirements, travel restrictions, and difficulty in making travel plans. There are a number of international students who decided to return home over the summer, and most of those students have stayed home. So they'll thankfully be with their families this holiday season. But for those who were unable to go home or for those who chose to stay in the States, I found that they're making some arrangements to spend the holidays with their roommates, their friends, or their teammates. 60% of the undergraduate international students here at St. Mary's are athletes. So they have the unique opportunity to develop friendships through sport. And often these bonds are pretty strong. So I've heard from a few different students that they'll be traveling to their teammates' home for break. I've also got a few international students who have attended high school here in the US and they lived with host families during that time. And so they'll be returning to their host families to spend the holidays with their home away from home, if you will. So even though it's not ideal to spend the holidays away from home, students seem to be making great alternative plans. And I'm really thankful to all the friends and the roommates and the teammates who have extended these invitations and who have opened their home to our international students.
Definitely. Thanks, Ashley. It's wonderful to hear that and how friends and their families or a distant relative in certain cases are certainly doing what they can to make international students feel welcome and embrace having them in their homes. I really think that that's kind of the silver lining with COVID, right? Just seeing how people reach out and do what they can for those that may need more support, such as international students in this instance. And especially what is anticipated to be kind of a tough holiday season for so many. I love the idea of international students staying with a roommate's family or a teammate's family for the very first time, and that they may actually be experiencing more of a traditional American holiday compared to years past. Has your campus been able to put together any activities to bring about a bit of holiday cheer for the students?
Yeah, we have. There are so many virtual events happening right now on campus that are both holiday themed and not. It's especially difficult to not be able to gather around the holidays, but our residential directors and advisors are trying to create community within the dorms for those who are on campus. One example is a friend of mine who's also a resident director is a wonderful baker, and he'll often bake little sweet treats and he'll wrap them individually and put them out in the hallway for anyone to come and get. And I know that he's going to be baking some yummy holiday cookies here pretty soon. Also, as a Catholic affiliated institution, we've got some events for students to express their faith and to worship with one another in a socially distanced way. Although it's hard because students are experiencing Zoom fatigue, especially at this point in the semester. So turnout can sometimes be less than hoped for, but as administrators, we understand why.
Definitely. And now all I'm thinking about is holiday cookies. I can't wait to make myself some. And also, just what a great way to spread around a little bit of cheer and extra goodness. And that you're able to do a few events as well where students can see one another face to face, obviously from a distance. It's certainly a step above Zoom. I know that we're all feeling the fatigue, right? And great that you're also in a location, sunny California, where you're able to still have events outside so that students can still see one another, obviously, from a distance. Those are great opportunities as well. We've talked about the adjustments that international students have been making, but undoubtedly, we've all been making adjustments due to COVID. Have you been making any personal adjustments to your holiday plans?
Definitely, yes. I usually make a couple of different stops on Thanksgiving to see different friends and different families, but this year I'm going to one place and I'm gonna stay there, which will be nice for me because I won't have to drive around, but, it will definitely be a different turkey day for sure. And then I really haven't even thought about Christmas yet. Normally, I usually go to Arizona to visit my mom, but I'm not too keen on flying and being in airports right now. So I'll either have to drive down or wait until things possibly clear up. I'm not sure yet.
Right. So many things are up in the air, and I know that certain states have gone into lockdown, and it might continue, or there might be more of a lockdown as we get further into winter. I think my plans are pretty similar to yours. I did have some flights booked, but no longer flying now. I think I'm just gonna take a nice long drive down to Southern California to be with my sister, and we're just going to celebrate the holidays with just us. Um, However, I'm certainly grateful though for all the ways that we have all been able to improvise and connect with one another in spite of this global pandemic. And just seeing how creative advisors like yourself are being when it comes to staying connected and facilitating interaction with their students. Ashley, thank you so much for being with us this afternoon and sharing what you and your students are up to over the holidays.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. And thank you to everyone who has joined us today. We would love to hear and see more of what you're up to over the holidays. So feel free to send us a short video of what you're doing and how you're getting creative at staying connected. Happy holidays, and we'll see you all next time.